Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about two of the most talked about years in modern U.S. coin history, 1982 and 1983. These years look ordinary at first glance, but collectors know they are full of hidden surprises, rare varieties, and valuable mistakes that can turn a single penny into a big payday. So if you've ever wondered what makes the 1982 and 1983 1-cent coins so special, stay with me, because this story is more exciting than you think. 1982. A year that looks completely ordinary on the surface, but in the world of United States coins, it stands as one of the most dramatic turning points ever recorded. Today we're taking a deep dive into the full story of the 1982 1-cent coin, a story filled with rising metal prices, government decisions, unexpected varieties, and rare treasures that collectors still hunt for to this day. So sit back and enjoy, because this year changed the penny forever. For more than a century, the United States penny had been made mostly of copper. It was heavy, durable, and instantly recognizable. But by the late 1970s and early 1980s, copper prices started to rise sharply. At one point, the metal inside a single penny was worth nearly as much as the coin itself. This created a huge problem for the U.S. Mint. It was becoming too expensive to manufacture a 1-cent coin using such an expensive metal. The solution was simple but controversial. They had to replace copper with a cheaper core. And so, in 1982, the Mint began the transition from the traditional 95% copper penny to a brand new copper-plated zinc design. But the change wasn't made instantly. For several months, both copper and zinc pennies were being produced at the same time. This overlap created one of the most interesting and complex sets of varieties in modern U.S. coin collecting history. In total, the year 1982 produced 7 major varieties of the penny. These varieties include 2 different date styles, large date and small date, along with 2 different metal compositions, copper and zinc. Both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint struck these coins, resulting in a mix of combinations that collectors love to study and identify. To the untrained eye, the coins may look nearly identical, but for collectors, the differences are exciting and meaningful. The easiest way to tell copper and zinc pennies apart is by weight. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc penny weighs 2.50 grams. Even today, people still pull out small digital scales to weigh their 1982 pennies. Many people don't realize that a simple weight difference can sometimes be the key to discovering a valuable coin. But among all the varieties produced in 1982, one coin stands above the rest: the legendary 1982 small date copper penny. This coin is one of the rarest modern pennies ever confirmed. When the Denver Mint switched to zinc planchets, almost all the remaining copper blanks were removed. Yet somehow, a very small number of copper planchets were struck using the small date dies. Only a few of these rare coins have ever been discovered, and when they appear in high grade, they can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. This single variety has turned the year 1982 into a treasure hunt. But the story doesn't end with just one rare coin. The 1982 penny is also important because it marks the end of an era. After this year, the traditional copper composition disappeared from circulation forever. From 1983 onward, the U.S. Mint fully committed to the new zinc design. That means 1982 is the final chapter in the long history of real copper pennies, something collectors consider a major milestone. Even today, more than 40 years later, people still check their change for 1982 dates. Social media posts, news articles, and coin collecting videos continue to highlight the hidden value that might be sitting inside an ordinary jar of pennies. Some collectors even specialize in hunting down each of the 7 varieties, comparing the different date styles, the thickness of the numbers, and the sharpness of the mint marks. In the end, the 1982 penny is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American economic history. It tells the story of rising metal costs, government strategy, and the surprising value that small details can hold. Whether you're a serious collector or simply curious, the 1982 penny remains one of the most fascinating coins you can study. And who knows, the next rare variety might be sitting in your pocket right now. 1983 may seem like an ordinary year for the United States penny, but once we look deeper, we discover that it holds some of the most fascinating mysteries and valuable errors in modern coin history. While 1982 was the dramatic transition year when the U.S. Mint switched from copper to zinc, 1983 was the first year where the new copper-plated zinc pennies were fully locked into production. No more experiments, no more mixing metals. This was the beginning of a brand new era for America's smallest coin. By now, every penny rolled out of the mint weighed 2.5 grams. The older copper pennies, which weighed 3.11 grams, were officially gone. The government had made the final decision, and the zinc penny had arrived permanently. The change was simple. A lightweight zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper to keep the familiar color. But as collectors soon discovered, the year 1983 brought its own surprises, some of which would become legendary. One of the biggest reasons 1983 stands out is because of an extremely valuable and famous mint variety, known as the 1983 double die reverse. For many collectors, this coin is the holy grail of the early zinc-era pennies. The doubling occurs on the reverse side of the coin, where the words United States of America, e pluribus unum, and 1 cent appear with strong, clear doubling when viewed under magnification. This is not simple machine doubling or a minor surface shift. It is a true double die, created during the die-making process itself, making it authentic, rare, and highly sought after. When found in high mint condition, the 1983 double die reverse penny can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Many collectors have made impressive profits after discovering one in old coin jars or inherited collections. Even today, new collectors learn about this coin as one of the earliest and most exciting treasures of the zinc penny era. The best part? Most people have never checked their 1983 pennies carefully, which means there is still a real chance to discover one in the wild. But the 1983 penny holds another fascinating mystery, one that has captured the imagination of collectors for decades. Unlike 1982, the U.S. Mint did not intentionally produce any copper pennies in 1983. Every single penny was supposed to be made from the new zinc planchets. That means every genuine 1983 penny should weigh exactly 2.5 grams. However, rumors and reports began to circulate about 1983 pennies that appeared to weigh more, close to the old copper weight. A few coins have been tested over the years, but none have been officially verified as real copper strikes. If a genuine 3.11 gram copper 1983 penny were ever confirmed, it would be one of the rarest and most valuable modern coins in U.S. history. Collectors believe that if such a coin exists, it may have been struck accidentally on a leftover copper planchet from the previous year. Mistakes like this are extremely rare but not impossible. There are known examples from other years where older planchets were accidentally used. The chance may be small, but the possibility keeps collectors searching, weighing their coins and hoping for that once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Aside from rare varieties and mysterious possibilities, the 1983 penny also represents a new chapter in the story of U.S. currency. The lighter weight made the coins cheaper to produce, and the zinc core changed the way pennies aged, corroded, and circulated. Many people noticed that post-1982 pennies dented more easily or turned black when damaged. Despite these small downsides, the new design allowed the mint to save millions of dollars in production costs. For the government, it was a win. For collectors, it created a new era of varieties, errors, and discoveries to study. More than 40 years later, the 1983 penny continues to attract collectors, beginners, and treasure hunters. Some search for the double die. Others hope for the mythical copper strike. And many simply enjoy collecting the first full year of the modern penny era. What makes 1983 so special is not just its value, but the sense of possibility it carries. Proof that even the smallest coin can hold a big story. In the end, the 1983 penny is more than just a follow-up to the 1982 transition year. It is the official beginning of the zinc age, a year filled with mysteries, valuable errors, and hidden potential. Just like 1982, it reminds us that every coin has a history, every year has a story, and sometimes the most valuable discoveries are sitting quietly in our pockets, waiting to be found.